Good day, everybody. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it so very, very, very much. I really do. So what's up with the size of the countries of the world? Do you guys remember what the population... Nah, let's not do populations today. Let's not do populations. If you'd like to know more about populations, check out Nobleness D's channel. He does a lot of videos on the population. He did one on the U.S., world, and New Mexico. No. Mexico City. What we're going to do here is land size, total area, okay? I brought this up in a live stream, and I'm getting really good feedback. So, do you guys remember how big some of the top countries were in the world? Do you guys remember USSR? USSR. Kind of hard to forget, but some people actually, were born after the USSR. So the USSR was another name for the Soviet Union or Russia before it collapsed. Here, let me see. When did it collapse? Somewhere in the 80s or early 90s. Let me see. 1990. When it was the Soviet Union, I remember the Soviet Union or the USSR, because it was always the USSR versus Canada in hockey, so this is how I remember this. I was always like, why is Russia so good? Canada's supposed to be the best hockey nation in the world. And I would look up stats about the USSR. I'm like, oh, and I didn't know anything about the world at this time. I was probably like 13 or 14. Probably younger. This is when Gretzky was playing Team Canada in 86, so younger, way younger. We're talking, wow. We're talking like 8 or 10 when I was looking at stats of the world. At 8 or 10 years old, I was like, what's the world population? And I'm looking at atlases. That's what I was doing at 8 or 10. I never even thought of that. And then I would play tag. Anyway, at this time, so I'm like, why is USSR beating Canada in hockey? We should be whooping their ass. Then I would look it up. I'm like, oh, they're bigger than Canada. I had no idea. Then I'm looking at the world population, and that's what gets me all involved in with these numbers. But at this time, before USSR broke up, it was the largest country in the world, and I didn't like that because I was like, I always thought Canada was the largest world in the country just because of my eyes. Like I said, I grew up with the globe. I paid attention to our planet. You know what I mean? I paid attention. Every time I was at a friend's house, they had an atlas. I'd look at it. And I would just see Canada hang over America and just engulf it. I'd be like, wow, we're such a big country, And this is my cat, Zuzu, by the way. Doo-doo. So, at the time USSR broke up, it was the biggest country in the world. When it broke up, Canada, and I remember this because I was so proud of this, Canada became the biggest country in the world. Right? And then it was Russia, and then it was China. Let's take a look at what the numbers say now, because I looked this up. Right? And it says right here, Russia is now the biggest country in the world. I'm having a problem with this because when Russia split up, Canada became the largest country in the world. Fact. I know this. I was proud of this for some reason. You know what I mean? And then it was China that came in second. And then it was Russia. But right here, what I'm seeing is Russia first, Canada second, which is... It doesn't make any sense to me. When USSR broke up, Russia did not stay the biggest country in the world. Canada became the biggest country. And then it was... Anyway, I'm repeating myself. So, what we've got here is Russia is number one. That's 17 million square... Let me read this properly. 17 million square kilometers. Easily makes it the world's largest country. I'm like, no, because back in the early 90s when the USSR broke up, Canada became a large country, and not easily, but not this. Nothing has changed in my mind where Russia attained new land. Nothing in the news that said, oh, Russia got bigger, by the way. Canada comes at a close second in this reality. Sorry, a distant second. I said that wrong. Canada comes at a distant second. Russia's at 17, Canada's at 9.9. And I giggle at this. So I'm like, well, who's third? And this is why I made this video. USA. I'm like, get out of here. It shouldn't be like this. This is insane. USA was never at the top when it came to total landmass area. Never. It wasn't even in the top 5. You know? It could be a close 5th position for the US. But I'm looking at the list here. It says Russia at 17, Canada at 9.9, and the US at 9.8. Now what this video is really about is Canada and the US being the same size. That is not how this is. Let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? I know the US. Here's the thing. Let me fix my tall toque. Here's why it might seem the US was bigger for some people, because I did talk to somebody, I believe it was Angela, and she's like, no, I've always thought US was bigger than Canada. And I was like, is it because you guys always whooping ass and you guys saw us as like, you know, the weak country? And I believe she added to that. I'm not going to say she believed 100% what I just said, but she did say, yeah, something like that. And I forget the rest, but there's consistency, all right, with a lot of people in both ways. First, Canada was much larger than the US. And I'm not going to say 3-4 times. I'm going to say at least 1.5. 1.5, okay? I'm not going to say twice. I want to. I really believe in that. But what I'm looking at here now on Google Earth is they're almost the same size and body right here. And I'm not even going to include Alaska, which is right up here, or Hawaii. But those numbers are included. I'm just talking about the 2 main bodies. They both look identical now. In fact, US looks bigger. This is insane. This is insane. This could be coupled with that Quebec used to linger over the States. Not like that thick or wide, but it used to hang over the easternmost part of the United States. I remember that. There used to be a hangover like this, but now there isn't. Actually, Quebec is receding past the eastern coast of America. Take deep breaths. I'm not going to talk about population because Nobleness D hit it on the nail with a lot of his videos. Check out his channel if you want to look up population. I'm looking at landmass area. Pretty good with geography. I'm actually kick-ass to geography. Look at this list. In our old world, I don't remember exactly the positions of these countries, but Canada was first, and then it must have been China second. You know, it must have been China or Russia, very close second. But again, I said Russia is not even in the top, or the States wasn't even in the top 5, but I remember the first 1 or 2. So I need your guys' help here, right? This is insane. Like, there's 2 things insane about this. Russia having 17 million, right, square kilometers, and a distant second is Canada at 9.9. So let's just say 10. And then that's the first one. Then the second one is that the States are neck and neck with Canada with landmass, right? The States, so Canada's at 9.9, the States are at 9.8. Now, if you were to ask me, well, Lone Eagle, what were the old numbers? I'll throw a bone at you. I'll throw you this. I'd say Canada was at 17 million. And second wouldn't be as distant as we're seeing it now, but I would say China would be second at around, I'm just throwing this out there, between 14 and 15 million. And then you might have Russia, and then whoever after that, muddy waters after that. But these top 2, 3, 4, you know, you guys, I'm just filling in some parts of the, you know, the blanks. You guys could add the rest. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Yeah, look at this. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, guys, TGIF, thank you for tuning in. I love you so very much. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and I love you. And I'll catch you on the next shift. Comment down below. Peace. Good day, everybody. This is Lone Eagle 112358. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate videos on the population. He did one on the U.S., world, and New Mexico. No. Mexico City. What we're gonna do here is land size, total area. Okay. I brought this up in a live stream, and SAR was another name for the Soviet Union or Russia before it collapsed. Here, let me see. When did it collapse? Somewhere in the 80s or early 90s. Let me see. 1990. So very much already do. So what's up with the size of the countries of the world? Do you guys remember what the population? Nah, let's not do populations today. Let's not do populations. If you'd like to know more about populations, check out Nobleness D's channel. He does a lot of it, and I'm getting really good feedback. So, do you guys remember how big some of the top countries were in the world? Do you guys remember USSR? USSR. Kind of hard to forget, but some people actually, were born after the USSR. So, the USSR